Here's a quote: "If we're going to make a move, we should make a move," said one high-ranking team official, speaking anonymously to protect existing relationships. If not, we need some leadership. And the leadership is the real problem, guys. That's the real problem.
That anonymous official may have said what many people have been quietly thinking. The league is facing a leadership test. According to the report, the message was clear. Either the WNBA takes decisive action to address its direction, or someone will have to step up and lead the change.
New York Times. Here it says the WNBA's business is thriving, so why can't Cathy Engelbert escape criticism? Here it says Cathy was at the center court inside Barclays Center when the Liberty beat the Aces in a mid-season tournament. After her job title, she took the mic to congratulate the team and was drowned out almost entirely. Okay, she was getting the hell booed out of her.
The biggest question surrounding the WNBA right now is whether its leadership can keep up with the league's rapid growth. While some reports have fueled speculation about increased involvement from NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, it's important to separate verified facts from opinion. There has been no official announcement that Silver is taking control of the WNBA, and Cathy Engelbert remains the league's commissioner. What is true is that Silver has publicly acknowledged working behind the scenes on key league matters, raising questions about why his role appears more visible as scrutiny of the WNBA's leadership continues to grow. The timing is impossible to ignore. The league entered the season with unprecedented momentum thanks to Caitlin Clark, whose arrival brought sold-out arenas, record-breaking television audiences, and millions of new fans to women's basketball. But with that success came a new level of pressure. Every controversial call, every hard foul, and every public comment quickly became national headlines. The WNBA didn't just become more popular, it became more accountable, and with that spotlight came higher expectations for how the league is led.
The Engelbert clearly cannot handle the job, and I believe that this is the time Adam Silver is about to step in. The signs have been pointing that way. He clearly inserted himself on the Caitlin Clark, Alyssa Thomas thing, which tells you the commissioner doesn't have a real pulse on it. And the lack of professionalism that has been shown on the court and off the court throughout the first half of the WNBA season can't really continue through the second half, and it permeated all the way.
This is where the conversation becomes much bigger than criticism of one commissioner. Caitlin Clark's season has included injuries, missed games, and constant questions about her availability. While those decisions are primarily handled by the Indiana Fever's medical staff and coaching team, not the league office, the lack of clear communication has fueled confusion among fans. And when fans don't get consistent answers, speculation quickly fills the gap. For a league experiencing record growth, that creates a serious challenge. New viewers want transparency, consistency, and confidence that the league understands what is at stake. The WNBA cannot prevent every injury, heated moment, or disappointing game, but it can control how clearly it communicates, how fairly it enforces rules, and how quickly it responds when controversy threatens to overshadow the basketball itself. At times, the first half of the season felt like the headlines were becoming bigger than the games. While controversy may generate short-term attention and social media engagement, long-term success is built on credibility. Clicks may bring people in, but trust is what keeps them coming back.
So we all know the first half of the WNBA season, obviously for Caitlin Clark fans, was riddled with, back injury and, just non-clarity on her day-to-day, game-to-game situation. 1 minute she's playing normal, the next minute she's on a minutes restriction. The minutes restriction never comes off, then she's off. The
WNBA has already begun strengthening officiating by introducing the NBA Replay Center to improve consistency and credibility. That does not mean controversial calls will suddenly disappear. NBA fans still debate officiating every night despite having far more resources. What it does show is that league leaders understand the need for a stronger system. And that is the real issue beneath all the drama. The WNBA is no longer operating in a small media landscape where mistakes disappear after a day. Every controversial play is analyzed frame by frame. Players respond instantly on social media, and former athletes, broadcasters, creators, and millions of fans shape the conversation before the league even releases a statement. That means today's commissioner must do more than negotiate business deals. The job now requires clear communication, strong leadership, and the ability to keep the league organized during controversy. Supporters of Cathy Engelbert can rightly point to the commercial growth the WNBA has achieved under her leadership. Her business background helped attract investment, expand sponsorships, and grow the league. But leading a league through explosive growth is a different challenge than building it. The executive who drives business success is not always the same leader who can navigate constant public scrutiny, controversy, and the pressure that comes with a rapidly changing sports landscape.
I don't think that this league can continue this way. It needs to actually perform like a professional business, which is why Adam Silver has already inserted himself. He's already stepped in on the Cathy Engelbert, Caitlin Clark situation, and that was just the beginning. He's gonna be full-fledged monitoring things. You see, they have the NBA replay center coming.
The biggest contradiction facing the WNBA today is that the league is growing faster than ever while its leadership continues to face heavy criticism. Those two realities can exist at the same time. Rising revenue and record attendance do not automatically mean every leadership decision has been successful. They can also show that the league's product has become strong enough to grow despite unresolved issues. Caitlin Clark is not the only reason for the WNBA's success. The league already had talented players, loyal fans, and steady business growth before she arrived. But it is impossible to ignore how dramatically she accelerated that momentum. Her arrival brought larger crowds, bigger television audiences, soaring merchandise sales, and turned WNBA storylines into national sports conversations. That is why this moment matters so much. The league has a rare chance to turn unprecedented attention into lasting success. But rapid growth can also hide deeper problems. New fans may overlook confusion for a while, but long-term loyalty depends on trust, clear communication, consistent standards, and strong leadership. The real concern is not whether the WNBA is growing. It clearly is. The question is whether its leadership can evolve quickly enough to manage the expectations that come with that growth.
This article in the New York Times, because it's saying, yeah, Cathy has brought some level, the business is thriving, but why can't she escape criticism? For one, the business we all know is only thriving because of the arrival of Caitlin Clark, but this business won't continue to thrive.
One of the biggest questions surrounding the WNBA right now is not just the criticism itself, but how people inside the league are responding to it. Reports suggest that many were willing to share their frustrations privately, but were hesitant to speak publicly, even anonymously. That does not automatically make every criticism true. Anonymous sources should always be viewed with caution because they can reflect personal opinions, limited information, or individual agendas. Still, widespread hesitation to speak can reveal something about the league's environment. It may suggest uncertainty, sensitive relationships, or concerns about openly discussing leadership. Every successful organization has internal disagreements, but the real challenge comes when it is unclear who has the authority to resolve them. That is where leadership becomes critical. A commissioner does not need universal approval, but players, teams, and executives should clearly understand who makes the final decisions. Whether the issue involves discipline, collective bargaining, or a growing public controversy, strong leadership requires clear direction and timely communication. If more people begin looking to Adam Silver instead of the WNBA commissioner for answers, it naturally raises questions about where the league's leadership is truly centered. Even if Cathy Engelbert remains fully in charge, perception matters, because once key stakeholders believe authority lies elsewhere, their attention and confidence often shift in the same direction.
Seemingly no shortage of players other than team employees willing to complain publicly about day-to-day decision-making within the league. Engelbert's overall job security remains too hot for most to handle. While The Athletic spoke to a dozen sources around the league for this story, all almost refused to comment for publication, even anonymously. What they did do is provide a holistic view of the situation at Engelbert and the WNBA.
The bigger story may not be the boos or public criticism, but the league's leadership structure itself. Cathy Engelbert was appointed WNBA commissioner in 2019 by Adam Silver, and reports have raised questions about how accountability is shared between the WNBA and the NBA. That arrangement may have worked when the league operated with far less national attention, but today's environment is very different. As the WNBA grows, so do the expectations surrounding its leadership. The key question is not whether the NBA should be involved. It has long supported the WNBA financially and operationally, making Silver's interest in the league completely natural. The real issue is perception. If Silver's role begins to look less like support and more like direct oversight during the league's biggest challenges, people naturally start wondering where the ultimate authority lies. There is not enough verified information to conclude that leadership has shifted, but Silver's name has increasingly been connected to major issues, including collective bargaining, officiating, and league discipline. Those are not minor responsibilities. They directly affect player relations, competitive integrity, public confidence, and the overall direction of the WNBA. In any professional league, those are among the most important responsibilities a commissioner is expected to lead.
Adam Silver appointed Engelbert in 2019, giving her commissioner title no previous WNBA permanent leader had possessed. It was a testament to her CV, highlighted by a stint as the CEO of Deloitte, a multinational business consulting firm. Okay. It says, but the WNBA's board of governors lack involvement regarding Engelbert's hiring has led to question who exactly she reports to. Throughout her tenure, there have been moments that point to...
The biggest challenge facing the WNBA is finding the right balance between business growth and competitive integrity. With Caitlin Clark becoming one of the biggest attractions in sports, it's understandable why many believe the league must think like a business. But putting business first should never mean giving special treatment to one player or building the league around a single star at the expense of everyone else. Every player deserves respect, and every team deserves confidence that the rules are enforced fairly and consistently. At the same time, every successful sports league understands the value of its biggest stars. The NBA grew by embracing icons like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Stephen Curry, not by guaranteeing them success, but by recognizing they brought millions of fans to the game. The WNBA faces the same opportunity today. It can protect its biggest stars while preserving fair competition through consistent officiating, clear injury updates, smart scheduling, and better broadcast exposure. Most importantly, the league should use Clark's popularity as a gateway to introduce new fans to stars like Aya Wilson, Nafisa Collier, Breanna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, Paige Buchers, and the league's many other elite players. That is the real leadership challenge, not resisting the spotlight, but using it to strengthen the entire WNBA for years to come.
Silver acknowledged that while he hadn't been at the bargaining table of the contentious WNBA CBA negotiations, he was playing a role behind the scenes. More recently, he reportedly involved the disciplinary process. He was involved in the disciplinary process of Phoenix Mercury forward Alyssa Thomas, now infamously the play involving her Indiana Fever.
All-Star Weekend was another major test for the WNBA because showcase events are supposed to elevate the league beyond the regular season. They should highlight the league's biggest personalities, create unforgettable moments, and give new fans a reason to keep watching. When those events instead spark criticism over effort, presentation, player availability, or the overall experience, the league misses a valuable opportunity to build momentum. One disappointing event does not define an entire season, but repeated issues can create the impression that the league has not fully adapted to its rapidly growing audience. Longtime fans understand the WNBA's history and culture, but millions of new viewers are experiencing it for the first time. They are comparing the product with every other major sports and entertainment option available, and that comparison leaves little room for mistakes. Lasting growth cannot rely on excitement alone. It must be built through great competition, compelling stories, easy accessibility, and professional presentation. That is the real challenge for the league's leadership. Attracting attention is only the first step. The bigger test is turning that attention into loyal, long-term fans through strong systems that can support the WNBA's future.
Here's a quote. It says CNBC's Game Plan Summit on if they asked Adam Silver about it. He said, "I'm not going to comment on that because I don't think it's fair to Caitlyn and to Cathy either. That's the real issue here." So he indirectly told you, yes, he had.
One of the biggest leadership challenges discussed is communication. Reports suggest some players felt they never built a meaningful relationship with Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, and criticism of her communication style became more visible as players began speaking out publicly. A commissioner does not need to be friends with players. Her role often requires balancing the interests of both players and team owners, which naturally creates tension. But there is an important difference between healthy disagreement and a complete communication breakdown. Players need to believe their concerns are heard, even when decisions do not go their way. Owners need confidence that league leadership can negotiate effectively, and fans need to trust that public disputes reflect a normal labor process rather than organizational instability. When players feel ignored, they often turn to interviews or social media to amplify their message. When executives hesitate to speak publicly, anonymous reports begin filling the gap. And when fans lose confidence in official communication, rumors quickly become more believable than facts. That is how uncertainty can grow into a credibility problem. Engelbert's experience leading a major global organization gave her a strong business background, but professional sports demand a different style of leadership. A commissioner must simultaneously serve as a negotiator, spokesperson, crisis manager, regulator, and the public face of the league, guiding the WNBA through both its biggest opportunities and its toughest challenges.
She just can't lead, and they need somebody in there that's gonna like put the business first. Like this whole dating, like this Nalissa Smith, DJ Carrington thing is a bad look. It's bad for business. A lot of this stuff is bad for business, man. And until they got to get somebody in there that can get a grip on this thing, and like it actually needs to be run professionally. Now you have a worldwide international superstar.
The biggest question now is what happens next. While there has been speculation about Commissioner Cathy Engelbert's future, there has been no official announcement that she is leaving her position. A more realistic possibility is that Adam Silver continues playing a larger behind-the-scenes role in areas like labor negotiations, officiating, discipline, and media strategy without formally replacing her. That approach could help the league navigate its rapid growth while avoiding the disruption of a leadership change. However, it also creates an important perception challenge. The more visible Silver becomes during the WNBA's biggest decisions, the more people may wonder where the league's true leadership lies. Engelbert still has an opportunity to change that perception, but it would require consistent action, clearer communication, stronger relationships with players and team leaders, decisive leadership during controversies, and a long-term strategy that turns Caitlin Clark's popularity into growth for the entire league. Most importantly, any involvement from Silver would need to appear collaborative rather than corrective. The second half of the season will provide important clues. Watch how the league handles discipline, injury updates, officiating, and public criticism. Those decisions will say more about the WNBA's direction than any single press conference. One thing is certain: the league has too much momentum to let confusion overshadow its future. With elite talent, expanding audiences, stronger media attention, and unprecedented interest surrounding Caitlin Clark, the opportunity has never been greater. The only question is whether the current leadership can fully capitalize on it. What do you think? Should Cathy Engelbert continue leading the WNBA, or is it time for a new direction? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates on Pulse Hoop.